Out of an abundance of caution, tonight's Sugar Bowl in New Orleans is postponed until tomorrow. The attack happened less than a mile from Caesars Superdome. Here at home, 7 News Detroit reporter Brett Cast tells us about the safety measures in place for Sunday's Lions game and the potential changes. Brett?
Well, if you've ever been to a Lions game at Ford Field, you know just how packed the streets get outside the entrances before kickoff. That's why they have barricades in the street and even these huge concrete blocks on the sidewalk to make sure what happened in New Orleans does not happen here. And in light of these recent events, security experts say there'll be heightened awareness heading into Sunday's big game. Game day in Detroit is a festive atmosphere with thousands of fans filling the streets heading to Ford Field to see their team.
It's always pretty crowded.
Lions fan Tiana Keaton of Detroit has been in those crowds and has gone to her fair share of games.
I've seen the barricades normally all around the place, making sure that no one tries and runs people over while everyone's walking and stuff like that.
Those barricades to protect fans have been in place long before the New Year's Day attack in New Orleans, where a truck drove through large crowds on Bourbon Street, killing at least 10 people and injuring more than 30 in an act of terrorism.
But this is going to be a full court press by every law enforcement agency working on this case.
Andy Bartnoak is a former FBI supervisory special agent at the Detroit field office and says right now investigators are hard at work digging into the suspect and his associates.
Was this just the lone target, or were they looking at other targets? And if so, are there still other people out there who are planning those other targets? I think that's really going to be the focus of their investigation right now. And the clock's ticking, right? Because we got a game tomorrow. We got other bowl games coming up next week. We got NFL games this weekend.
And no NFL game is bigger than the Lions' primetime matchup against the Vikings. Bartnoak doesn't expect any change in procedure, but says you could see a larger police presence and possibly larger barriers to prevent tragedy from striking again.
Every stadium across the country and every special event that's coming in the next week and months is going to be aware of that and are probably going to take extra precaution.
I wouldn't say it would really change my thoughts about downtown. They're normally pretty good with keeping everybody safe, and the police especially. They're always around if you need them as well.
In downtown Detroit, Brett Cast, 7 News Detroit.